surprises me. Yes, if you are a powerful sorcerer capable of providing me with eternal rest. However, I doubt that you are one. But let's move on from this discussion. What took you to this spot on the road? If I knew that, I would be smarter as well. After the ritual, the necromancer summoned me, terrified, and ran for his life. I've been dead for a long time. That's exactly who I am. I was a mercenary who took any job that offered good compensation. Our team was contracted to combat an Argonian bandit clan. Unfortunately, we lost. Don't underestimate those lizards. I'm unsure about it. A ghost has a few options in the land of the living. That made me think. You appear to have been involved in numerous battles. Do you need a mercenary? Then I'm your man. My name is Godvir Bluewind, and my weapon of choice is the bow. Normally I charge you a modest fee, but as a ghost I don't need money. Let me know when you are ready to travel. My bow is ready to kill. You want to talk? Okay, what do you want to know? My father, Windows Bluewind, was a mercenary. He met my mother on one of his missions. He wanted nothing to do with her. Never mix business with pleasure. But my mother was extremely dedicated, so he broke his iron rule for her. I learned my first lessons from him. He was one of Coral's best archers. My apprenticeship was completed by my father's good friend. Father was never a man of emotion, quite stoic and constantly focused. But when it came to my sisters, he couldn't keep his emotions hidden. My mother, Godvir Melevus, came from a large and rich trading family. She met my father on an escort operation and was determined to entice him into a relationship. She even defied her parents to pursue my father. She stayed at home to raise us children. She would do what our father couldn't teach us. As we grew older, Mother established a little clothing business and was quite busy. Her clothes were popular among the allies. Yes, I have two sisters, Alsa Bluewind and Shiraz Bluewind. Alsa wanted to produce clothes like my mother and to work for the wealthy in Coral. However, one night she had an accident with her maid. I didn't notice anything at first, but after 3 days, realized what it was. She became infected with Sanguina vampiris. She had to accompany them. At least the jackass had the decency to take responsibility. He helped her adjust to her new existence with the Children of the Night, one of the more respectable vampire clans. On this day, I lost my sisters to vampires, which is why I despise the blood-sucking abominations. Look, I understand that it is unreasonable to detest every vampire, so let me make a personal remark. Is there a vampire who is correct to me and does not harm innocent people? I am able to tolerate them. Even if you were a vampire, I would not abandon you. I made a contract with you, and I will keep it. But I can never forgive them for taking my innocent sister's life and forcing her to live in the shadows, never having a regular life. I'm quite confident about it. Mother LeMay takes great care of her children. I hope even as a vampire, my little Elsa finds her happiness. Yes, Shiraz isn't my blood sister. We chose to adopt her. Father and I found her in the slums, battling for her life. We both saw the potential, so we embraced it. Her orc blood didn't just help her learn to fight rapidly, she was also initially skilled. Unfortunately, she looked up to me and was eventually became a mercenary. My mother was quite disappointed. After a short time in the industry, I heard reports of a female orc wielding a large glass warhammer. They referred to her as the Hammer of Coral. Yeah, little shark killed so many arrogant assholes that no one wanted to mess with her. And every scholar wanted her as an escort to dangerous dungeons. Sadly, we never met each other anymore, so I never saw it with my own eyes. I hope she had a happy life and found glory on the battlefield. Well, there are two things. First, I really hate vampires, for the obvious reason. I will never forgive this bloodsucker for stealing my sister from me. Look, boss, I made a contract with you. I will fight beside you, even if you are a vampire. I do not have to like it, but I will endure it. Also, I will express my displeasure with your vampire inclinations, and when you do something bad from my perspective, I dislike spiders. They always freak me out with how they move about. Eight-legged abominations. Skyrim is the greatest environment for someone like me with those massive frostbite spiders. Yeah, lock it up! I understand how bizarre that is when you spend most of your time in ruins. It's one of my many shortcomings, but I overcome my revulsion. No spider can withstand my bow. Strange. It was not as I had envisioned it. When that blade became stuck inside me, I felt nothing but pain. No thoughts about the past, simply the realization that I shall die. You know, boss, it wasn't. I never felt so alive while dying. After a while, I can't feel the blade in my flesh anymore. It felt like retiring to bed after a long, exhausting day. I woke up in this bizarre location, but I always knew I wouldn't be afforded to quick eternal rest. Spit on the gods' names. Murdering a large number of ordinary people? Do you require more? Look, I did what I needed to do and will not complain about it. I committed some bad things, and now I'm paying the price. I helped my father with his weapons and hunted with him in the woods. I learned everything I know about using a bow from him. After that, my family desperately needed money, so I agreed to accompany my father on one of his tasks. It was a shit show. We should only accompany wealthy men from town to town. But we were ambushed by Namira cultists who planned to eat us all. Yes, I had to kill everyone to save my life. Don't look at me with such judgment. How many bandits did you slay? Do you suppose each of them wants to live that life? Or did some of them wish to provide for their families? Or does knowing they are evil individuals let you sleep better? Look, I realized that day that if I wanted to keep doing that job, I would have to kill people someday. I'm not a bloodthirsty maniac. I understand that it is a part of the business and to respond appropriately to threats. But I would never accept a contract that involved unnecessary violence. Yes, I did alter the topic. We slaughtered them all. However, they devoured my father's close friend. I've seen a lot in my life, but seeing a dude eat someone alive is unsettling. Not a great debut. I'll be honest. I needed to take some time off. But my family requires the funds, and my father has not gotten younger, so I decided to get back into business. And I never have regretted it. I got to know some very wonderful and caring folks. I never understood praying to a God who doesn't care about you. What's the sense of living a life for God if He abandons you when you're no longer helpful to Him? At the end of the day, a God exists forever. So why should He care about a single worshipper? Personally, I will never believe in God and will instead rely solely on my bow. You need to be more specific, boss. I never found rest. After I died, I was stuck in the afterlife, or whatever you want to call it. Look, when I was alive, I did horrific things that definitely irritated the gods. Now, I'm dealing with the consequences of my actions. However, I have a one-of-a-kind opportunity, thanks to you. Boss, you have the ability to influence the whole world. With you, I can witness so many amazing things and become part of nations. And perhaps I can make amends for some of my previous actions. But enough of the negativity. I'm excited to go on new adventures. Lead the way, boss. I'm sadly not transparent. What the fuck is a cloud?
Chops and steaks.
I do not see any clouds. Both you're in the bed and sleep. I will stand guard and watch you sleep. That sounded far creepier than I imagined. Forget the last part. Good thing is that I don't have a stomach anymore. A tavern in the sewers. What a great idea. You can avoid the cost of a toilet. How could the ghost experience pain? I mean, I'm clearly dead, yet still feel pain when something hits me. The yarn in this town is terrifying, and I say this as a ghost. How weird it must be for a child to born in a town where life ends. You couldn't even place a ring on my finger. Try a living person.